So I don't know if you saw the interview with Eric Bieniemy yesterday that was surfacing on Twitter. They were talking about how he's one of the high demands for head coaching, and the man was just cheesing the whole time. And knowing that he is at the top of the list for head coach options, and the Houston Texans are the only team without a head coach, you really have three choices, right? You have Eric Bieniemy, you have Matt Eberflus, and of course you always have the standout who I think has high potential is Joe Brady. Now the question is who do you want? Who do you choose? Who do you pick to take this franchise to the next freaking level and win a Lombardi trophy? Now when you look at Joe Brady, you look at what he did at LSU as a passing game coordinator. You look at what he did when he came to Carolina. You look at what he did when he was at New Orleans. If you watch the video that me and John Wade from Texas Unfiltered made, he talked about how there was rumors that Joe Brady was in huge parts on how the Saints use Taysom Hill. We all know he's an electric player for the New Orleans Saints. He's a gadget player, could do anything, could throw, could run, could catch. We saw him play good against us, in the Monday Night Opener a couple years ago. Then you look at what he did at Carolina, how four different players reached over 1,000 yards, how Teddy Bridgewater at one point looked like a top 15 QB, and that is without one of the best running backs to play the game in Christian McCaffrey. And he did all this with the Teddy Bridgewater, a Robbie Anderson who was severely underused, and at the Jets, Mike Davis, a running back who was on the street, and all you really had was DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel, and yet 4,000 yards for 4,000 all-purpose yards for four different players. If you look at Matt Eberflus, you look at what he did as a DC against the Texans, against how he played against Deshaun Watson, how he played against the good quarterbacks. He had a chance to show us how good he could be against the Bills. That is something, wasn't a good day for him. That's more or less not his fault. Uh, but Eberflus has shown that he could game plan great against very good quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson has spoke very highly of Eberflus multiple occasions, and the Houston Texans did give him an interview. And then you look at the guy who has the most buzz around him, and that's Eric Bieniemy, a man who is the play caller. I believe he's a play caller. Well, everybody says he is. He is, and yes, he does. He doesn't play calls for the Kansas City Chiefs. They have, for the past 2 years, they have one of the most potent offenses in the NFL. He does come with a lot of questions. He does have, kind of a sketchy background, but like I said, that's everyone deserves a second chance. If Rich Incognito, could do what he did and still come back and play for the Bills, then hey, the Mr. Eric Bieniemy should be given a shot. Can he? The question about Bieniemy is, can he really be the one head coach that learns from Andy Reid, that understands the play system, and that could be the next great Andy Reid? That's what you're looking for with Eric Bieniemy. Is can he take the next step up and be like his mentor or anything like his mentor? Because if he is 80% of what Andy Reid is, this offense is going to be spectacular. This team could be spectacular. Now, the Houston Texans did interview Eric Bieniemy. They did, and then they did pretty much give us a clear idea that they do want Eric Bieniemy as the head coach for the Houston Texans. But all these three are great candidates. Let's not forget what Brian Daboll was doing. Brian Daboll over there with the Bills, looking like a stud offensive coordinator. Can he be a dark horse to be a part of this Houston Texans as a head coach? When you have guys like Brian Daboll, like Eric Bieniemy, like Joe Brady, like Matt Eberflus, I don't think you could go wrong with any of these guys. I think other NFL teams botched their hiring, and now we have a pick of 3, 4 very good candidates to lead this Houston Texans team. But who do you want? Let me know, guys. Who do you guys think the Houston Texans should get? Is it Joe Brady? The youngster, the wonderless Wonder Boy? Is it Matt Eberflus, the defensive guru? Is it Eric freaking Bieniemy, the guy who's supposed to be the next Andy Reid? Or is it Brian Daboll, the guy who was going against Bill Belichick when he was in New England and now is doing great things? Let me know what you think, guys. As always, go Texans. Y'all have a blessed day.